Oh yes, it is news time. It's Marvel Contest of Champions news for the 1st of December 2018. Weird shadow boxing is because it's Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder. I'm quite excited for this fight. If you're not into boxing, then don't worry. We'll talk about Marvel Contest of Champions stuff in a moment. But I'm really excited for this. Obviously, I'm gunning for Tyson Fury, but you know, Deontay Wilder is a fantastic fighter, so it's going to be a really interesting match. But we've got news to talk about. We've got the, oh dear, the boost issue. That's a major thing in the community at the moment. And also we've got 6-star featured. We've got the 21.1 kind of release notes. So there's a lot of things to go into. So let's get into it. Now, our first story is talking about the 6-star featured crystal. As you know, in a few days, it is going to be live and we're going to see a whole host of champions, which we'd like to get our hands on. But at the same time, there are a lot of mediocre to, well, champions that we wouldn't normally use in that particular pool, and players are really undecided on their thought process behind this. Yes, they really want to go for champions like Void, like Aegon, because he's like amazing, by the way. You know, Sentinel still packs the punch for defense. We've then got Emma Frost as well for the exact same reason, and then there's other champions there. Proxima Midnight, there's Omega Red, and the list goes on. However, though, there is a spattering of horrible champions. If spattering is a word, I've just made it up, trademark me. But the fact is, there are a lot of people undecided on these champions. And personally, I thought to myself, oh, I'll go for this because I really want to get Aegon, Emma Frost, or Omega Red. But the chances are you won't get anywhere close to any of those champions, and you'll probably be left a little bit frustrated when you'll probably get a 6-star Ant-Man. Yay, happy community. This obviously leads the community onto a question whether or not they'd like to save those extra 5,000 shards and get yourself halfway to the next 6-star, or go all out for one of these featured and hope that you don't get anything bad. Sod's law dictates that we're going to get screwed over. So yeah, I'll leave it up to you to make your decision on it. It's your choice about your game. But the fact is, I will probably not, and kind of wait until I get the further 5,000 in order to say, yay, I've got another 6-star, and that's going to make arena grinding a little bit more easier, and maybe it could make content easier depending on the champion that I get. Next up, we've got to talk about 21.1 release notes. This is when shit gets real. And as you can see, there's a little kind of graphic here of, who is that? That's right, it's only Rey bloody Mysterio. Fancy that, him being putting in Marvel Contest of Champions. Who's that coming out of the sky? It's only Rey Mysterio. Here we go. No, of course it's not Rey Mysterio. And Kabam actually started dropping little hints and kind of like showcasing some bits of artwork only in the last 24 hours. So as you can see here, the skateboard's making an appearance. Yes. And if you want more information on the abilities, Otrix has released some notes on the data mine information of abilities. So we'll be talking about that in a future video. Oh, and before I go anywhere, shout out to Bloody Kane for sending this on Twitter, and it is quite interesting to revisit some of these old Contest of Champions comic books, and I've got to do it. So I'm going to be doing a video about champions that I think are more logically going to be in the contest in 2019, and I think that obviously they're going to rely on a bit of their kind of semi-popular comic book release, because they did like 2 series of it. But I'll talk about that in another video. But still, it's great to see that characters are making their way. And, you know, in particular, the British Punisher, Outlaw, I'd love to see him in the contest at some point. But I digress, let's focus on the new event coming in. So we've got a standard event quest. And then following up from that, it looks like we've got some other type event, which could be similar to Dimensional Rifts, but there's no kind of portal kind of flying. But there are new treasures, whatever these new treasures are. I guess we're yet to find out, and when we do, obviously we'll let you know on Marvel Contest Champions news. The event seems pretty limited to things like devices, so you only get like a certain amount of devices and they break, so they're not kind of reusable devices. I'm sure they'll have to explain it a little bit more, but it looks pretty simple kind of event, which is nice. The next thing to mention is the contest is turning 4 years old. Yeah, in 9 days time on the 10th, it does turn 4 years old. And there seems to be a special calendar that we'll get for this, which I can imagine actually starts on the 10th. As, yeah, currently, nothing doing with me. This isn't, you know, making me that excited. I'm kind of hoping for a tier 2 alpha in it, but you know, you never know what's going to be given. It seems as if new titles are coming our way, as you can see above. And whether or not there's another Howard the Duck coming our way, or a better champion, maybe a champion at a 4-star, maybe 5-star level that isn't used that much, that may be the case, but we'll see when the time comes. Next up, on map 6 has been given a bit of a facelift, which is positive to see. With the addition at a later date of a map 7, it does feel that it's in keeping with improvements to see an improvement to map 6, and whether or not this will be a point where alliances will take it up a lot more and then other kind of top alliances will take up map 7 is still yet to be seen. The beta test at the moment, or beta test, depending on how much you rip into my pronunciation, is currently ongoing, so we'll find out the results in the coming weeks. Next up, we're on to bug fixes. A few champions have had a few improvements or kind of tweaks, mainly a lot of things to do with text as opposed to any kind of ability changes, and just really just standard bug fixes. But there's one thing at the end which seems like it's just been slotted out the way and is like a little bit of a mention, but not a, a significant mention. That's why in the last 24 hours, this story has blown up. So last night I was out at a trampoline park, as you do, just that relaxing Friday night, just chilling out. And my Twitter starts kind of blowing up a little bit with mentions of things, and it's to do with like compensation. It's talking about boost, the 8%, the 12% boost to specials for class specific stuff. So, if you go to your loyalty store, you'll be able to pick up with loyalty, a type of boost that's specific to a class. It's going to improve the amount of damage that you do on special attacks. But the main thing to really say about this is that these boosts were not working, and they haven't been working for a little while. And the more that I think about it, when I was saying to myself, like, okay, I'm finding it a little bit tricky with some of the stuff in Champions Clash. I'll add on some boosts, and I kind of felt at the time, are they making a difference? Not that I really noticed it, because you kind of assume that everything, as soon as you put the boosts on, are going to work in your favor. And the more that I think about it, yeah, at the time, I wasn't outputting a huge amount of damage or more damage than normal with those special attack boosts. The problem at the moment is we can't get a timescale of how long this has been happening. As said in this post here, Adora said that the game team found this fairly recently, so it's difficult to tell you how long that's been. Obviously, the longer it's been, the worse it can kind of feel, which is a little bit disappointing. These boosts are incredibly important to the community. With competitive events like Alliance Wars, they are relied upon a huge amount in order to get through that content. If someone's finding it a little bit difficult, it's all about a case of boosting up, smashing through the enemy, so we can then just go, breathe a sigh of relief. Now, don't get me wrong, I am frustrated with this, especially considering that I have spent out on these boosts, as well as you that are watching this, you've spent out on these boosts as well. Kabam have identified this, and they will reimburse us for this, and I hope that there's something maybe extra of compensation. Not that I'm going out to shout about this, but if there was any call for anything of a compensation for this, then this would be a genuine time when this should be a thing. So I give props to Kabam for finding out this issue themselves and addressing it and letting us know, because at the end of the day, they didn't have to let us know. They could have kept it to themselves and not told us, but at the same time, it is frustrating that it has happened this way. It will be looked into. It may take some time for us to get back the loyalty we spent, and also then some, in order to compensate maybe the ill feeling and ill will, but it is important that something is done. In any case, what are your thoughts? Put them in the comments section below. Next up, I just want to quickly talk about this post here, like the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. And obviously the rich get richer is not referring to me, but the fact is it's talking about, this is an opinion post, and this is based on someone's feels about the game and the idea of being a new player, and also the difficulty of content, and also the kind of dangling on a carrot on a stick, as one of the comments says. That really needs to be something is just said to anybody starting off the game. So at the end of the day, when you start off a game, you're like, hey, I want to get right to the end. I want to complete it. I want to smash it. But the game like this, it's not that case. Either you have a load of time to grind out the game, or you have a short amount of time to grind out the day in one given day. I balance grinding out this game around a full-time job, running this YouTube channel, and other stuff that I've got to do for my house, and also having a relationship with somebody, and also seeing family and seeing friends. That's life. I'm not going to say that that's top chumps of life, but that's life. If you want to grind up this game competitively, you don't have a lot of those things that I've just mentioned. You may find that you are maybe able to make more progress in a quicker time frame by just grinding out the game, by doing arena, and also doing the more difficult content. When you start off the game, you're presented with different things to do. This is the point where you say, right, well, I'll grind out a lot of arena, which is quite advisable in an early state because of the bracket of being a beginner and what you get out of it, which is fantastic. But do remember the fact that as soon as you get to more difficult content, it is going to be a skill-based game. The right choice of champion will be more important, and at the same time, the way that you play, whether or not you're intercepting and also when you're evading, you're parrying, you know in the right time to do certain things. But at the same time, there are other things that can help you out. Better Wi-Fi, a better device, and at the same time making sure that your device is not kind of full up with crap. And like it's the cache has been removed, so you don't have a load of, well, not removed, but your cache of stuff that's in it has been kind of taken away. So you're focused mainly on the game and there's no other things using your device at the same time. Nearly got that out right. And obviously if you spend money on the game, then you're going to make further progression. That's just how it rolls. In either case, like, how do you feel about new players coming into the game? Do you feel that they are making gains? Do you feel that maybe if they've got a lot of time, they're able to smash through a lot of difficult content and get to stuff like at a position to start Labyrinth for Legends? But at the end of the day, you have to understand patience and whether or not you guys feel that you have to be patient in order to grind through stuff. Do you allow other people to make mistakes and learn from them? That's the whole part of like a community. There are a few people that have kind of gone in a negative way, and that's why this forum post is now being closed, because it's not a case that even though one person's going, oh yeah, it's like this, I think it's the point where we go, if we can reassure somebody new to the game and say, hey, we'll be able to make progress. It's just other people maybe wanting to be impatient or rush through content or do it at their pace, which may be a quicker pace to yours. Either way, what are your thoughts on this whole saga? Next up in this forum post has been around for a while, and it's certainly really cool to see some of the ideas that come out from the community in order to improve certain champions. So as you know, we recently had 2 cosmic champions, Carnage and Venom, being improved, but at the same time people have amazing ideas in how to improve other champions, and it comes from a great knowledge and great wealth of information. Whether or not they're picking up stuff from the comic books, they are also picking up stuff from the understanding of the meta of the game and also technical abilities, which I rate. I think that's a fantastic thing. I strongly welcome you to go over to this forum post and give it a look-see and see if it's something you want to contribute to. It's also helpful feedback for Kabam as well. But also there's another post about contributing ideas of who should be buffed next, and there should be a whole host of different champions brought up to the standard meta for damage output that have been left by the wayside. Okay, and on to our video of the day, and this one is by Prof. I really enjoyed this one. It's a video all about the Epic Ascendant bundle. This is something that's in the unit store at the moment. And I love the way, even drawing from his journalistic background and his expertise, understanding the way that the word epic is used a bit too much to represent maybe something that makes you go, oh, wow, that's fantastic. But in actuality, it's not. The deal is a bit mediocre, and putting epic in the kind of bundle title is not exactly brilliant. But take it from Prof, go and watch the video as it deconstructs this aspect. And finally, we're over to the meme thread. I love the meme thread. It's so much fun. It's great to see you guys kind of posting these things, and we will go back each week to kind of see what's new, what's in there. My particular favourite is this one here. So I watched The Fairly Odd Parents when I was young, and well, I probably would still watch it now because it is so much fun. Dinkelberg. So yeah. But in any case, we've got this one here. This is where I'd put my 6-star Corvus. If I had one! It's just the kind of classic Fairly Odd Parents. Like, if you haven't seen the show, watch the show. You won't feel like a kid, really. It's like one of those shows where it's so well written and it's so much fun. So that's been your Marvel Contest of Champions news for the 1st of December 2018. Let's have an amazing month. This is going to be such a busy month with the 4th year birthday. We're probably going to have some gifting event. It's going to be amazing. So I'm going to put together loads of content, loads of research with stuff. It's going to be great. I'm going to have a ball. Hopefully you enjoy the content as well. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, post notifications on, like, subscribe. Yeah, you know the drill. Thanks so much for watching. I've been Rich the Man, and I shall catch you in the next one. Bye-bye for now.